Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Zombie.
Indeed. And we've watched some movies. We're here to talk about them. Picked up a comic book. Interesting read. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about this stuff.
All right. Well, I didn't get anything, so you take the lead on this one.
All right. Well, first, do you want to talk about the news? The Four Horsemen news?
Yeah, I guess we could. I don't have a slide or nothing. I don't know. Go to
Either
their
way.
website. They announced a sale coming up on February 24th, I think. In stock sale. It's not a pre-order. It's Legion Builders and the standard versions of their con premiere figures from Legion's Con 2023. Sorry, I can't get out of first gear. So yeah, these figures aren't going to be offered at approved retailers unless those approved retailers buy them at the price the Horsemen are selling them for and then offer them on their website, which will be upcharged. Yeah, there we go. They also said, so yeah, scroll right there. So they also said that they're going to have, nope, you've passed it up again. You see two of the trolls there. They're going to have some of the older stock from like the Alithia wave.
Yep.
And I think they said once those are gone, they're gone. So they don't have a whole lot of those. But they're going to have a lot of the
Valiant Knight, Waltor the Mad, and the Cosmic version, Dismistros, reinforcements to the entire wave, all that good stuff. All-Star Trolls, which is interesting because I freaking want that Ice Troll so bad. But, yeah, plus select figures from All-Stars 4 and Alithia waves. So,
yeah. And that's 11 a.m. on the 24th, I think, which is a Saturday. So, stuff will sell out, but it's not like within minutes, unless it's some of those limited items that they, from the older waves that they don't have very many of. But like the newer things, Valiant Knight, the Waltor figures, Vorgus Familius, Demistros, Reinforcements Wave 2, they have plenty of those. They've said they've had plenty of those. There's always one or two that are going to sell out faster than the others. It's just the way that it is.
Yep.
So
never fails.
Yeah, I mean it's going to happen. So if you're into customizing and you need stock for bodies for that, now's the time to get those figures. I'm not even going to say what the price point is. It's not going to be it's not going to be like $50 for like a standard figure or whatever. It'll be less than that. Some of them I'm sure will be less than $37, and then there's some that may be $47, $50 if they're a deluxe version of something. The trolls, of course, are always going to be more.
Yeah.
Maybe $100.
Something like that is what they normally do.
Yeah, because I think Big Bad does them for twice that. It's like almost $200 for one troll if you go to Big Bad Toy Store. So
right.
But yeah, it's all at sourcehorseman.com.
Yep. Indeed. Stop sharing. There we go. Where's this? There we go. All right. So, yeah. So that's the news there.
Well, one more thing, too. I'm wearing their shirt, Wolf King Customs. They're doing one of their sales right now. They just restocked a whole bunch of new 3D parts.
Yeah.
Some of them are even just $5. So they've got some really cool stuff there on the cheap. All unpainted. You know, the painted stuff goes for a little bit more because guys like me paint them and send them to him, and he sends them out to whoever buys them. But they have figure packs where you buy a figure. They're like, I don't know, 40 something bucks. You buy the figure and it's paired with a head and an accessory, sometimes two accessories. Um, see the wait, go back up. Okay, top line, the one with the big green thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. Where if you, so that's the bargain heads and everything, which are really great. I mean, they full
I
sculpt.
really want this one.
Yeah, goblins are great. The
Yeah.
other one here that you just go up one more, the female head. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this.
just painted one of those and posted. I think I posted it on my Instagram. I don't even remember
I don't
anymore.
think so.
But yeah, it's really good stuff there. But scroll down a little further. Yeah, this is kind of
Oh, that's
I don't want to say
interesting.
all, but most of their new stuff they've just added. Of course, they've got other things too in other sections of the site. But the figure, I don't know what he calls them, value packs or whatever. So
Yeah.
don't click load more. There they are, right there. So it looks like $45.99, $46. So you
Yeah.
get the figure, and then you get those parts that is shown with them. Like, yeah, click on that dwarf right there. When you buy this from Wolf King Customs, you get the figure, the head, the tankard, and the axe. So I mean, you're basically getting probably that head for free when you factor in the price of that Legion Builder dwarf and the two accessories. So
Right.
it's a really good value there.
For sure.
I wore this shirt specifically to bring this up, and I'm like, wasn't there something else? I'm looking on the screen like, oh yeah, duh, dumbass. I'm a terrible promoter. I am.
Hey,
If
well,
you want
you did it.
if you want stuff promoted, don't ask me to do it because I am a terrible promoter. I'm never going to claim to be
Hey,
one.
Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. I'll mention stuff and then it's on to the next squirrel.
Right. I feel like there's
Anyway,
something else.
um,
The thing that you weren't allowed to talk about, but can now talk about.
okay, yeah, because I guess the cat's out of the bag. It's been posted on Facebook and now Instagram. So it's Mardi Gras season down here, and don't ask me what the Mardi Gras is about. It's people going and standing outside in darkness and catching brightly colored beads and whatever other junk they throw off of brightly colored floats from drunk people. I don't know. Anyway, the colors are purple, green, and gold. And each of the colors have meaning. Don't ask me what they are. I don't know. I don't care. But my buddy at Omega Level Toys, my buddy Travis, he asked me if I could do another exclusive for him because he has all these Mandalorians. And I said, yeah, sure. So he said, I want some Mardi Gras Mandalorians. I'm like, okay, I think I can do that. And then he said, I want 2 cases. I said, okay. This was 2 weeks ago. So 16 full figure repaints in 2 weeks. I'm just about done. I got the first batch dropped off to him today. They're going up for sale. It's an exclusive through them. So I'm not selling these. He is. They're all going to be available through him. We'll see how they do. I don't know. There's people that buy some crazy stuff. I did, like I said, this is not the first exclusive that I've done through them. I've done the Christmas ones. I've done the football player Saints versions through them that I don't even think I posted those. So
No.
like, outside of the groups where he posted them, nobody else knew about them. But yeah, that's
Very cool.
they are very brightly colored.
Yeah,
But
definitely
yeah,
the
that's
brightest thing I've ever seen.
brightest Star Wars figure maybe. But yeah, that's
Oh, I don't know.
so I've
There's
been
those stupid weird green droids that they put
for
into production.
Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I've been every spare moment I got painting these things because I mean it's one thing to paint like this is something else that I'm painting for somebody else. This came from let me take it off of this. Really, I ain't even supposed to show that part. This head came from Planetary Dog Toys. It's a commission. Somebody wanted me to paint for them. And so not only was I painting these, but I'm also doing, other little private commissions in between while I'm waiting for, paint to dry or whatever. So, but painting a full figure like any of these with moving parts takes more time than something like this. This is just a head, it's a static piece, or, you know, anything else. If it's got moving parts, it takes a lot longer to paint because you have to paint the joint and then depending on the paint and other conditions or whatever, that's it. You can't do anything else to it for that day. Like you've got to leave it and let it set for at least 24 hours for that paint to fully cure. Because if not, you got to move it. The paint's just going to come right off.
Yeah.
Even if it's dry to the touch. So trying to put this into perspective here, painting static pieces, even something like a statue, would take less time for me to paint than an articulated figure. So to do 16 of these in 2 weeks is insane. There is something mentally wrong with me, and I'm a dumbass, but I'm doing it. I don't think I've ever done that many figures of anything, repaint or anything else of that nature, in 2 weeks. So this is a record for me, and I won't be doing it again. I've lost sleep making these things. Normally that wouldn't be such a big deal, but to lose sleep consecutively for 2 weeks, almost every night on them, I'm dragging ass.
Yeah. It doesn't sound fun.
And that's not even the end of it. I've got more outside of these for him, for Omega, but I can't talk about those right now.
Right. Not to mention, you also have other commissions that you are working on in between and stuff. So you definitely have a full plate.
This is part of one of them here for somebody else.
Nice.
I know he's not watching. He's probably not going to be watching. So this is just so small part. See, I'm not even done painting the damn thing. It was white to begin with, but it needed to be green. I've got so much stuff that I'm working on for other people. I can't work on stuff for myself.
And see, I don't know. That's the thing we were just talking about. It's like, how do you find time to do the things you want to do in between all the other stuff you have to do? It's just crazy.
As long as I'm making money doing the commissions, I'm going to keep doing them. Yeah. I want to paint these little things so bad. We're going to get you flagged by YouTube for something inappropriate. No, these are supposed to be realistic take on I think it's the creepers from Roblox or something. Anyway, that's what my kids tell me because they know about that stuff. But I saw these little things. Somebody posted them online, and I said, I want that. I need that, and I want 2 of them, and I got 2 of them, and I want more. I want more because they're so weird. Like their faces. Look at that.
Oh, geez.
It's great. I love stupid stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, something inappropriate. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you posted that to the group, and everyone's just like, they were all guessing, you know.
Well, my additional pictures didn't help, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. I'm just like, I don't know what the heck that is. It's just like, all right.
Yeah, that's something we can't talk about. We might have to take the video down and edit something out and then put it back up.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope I never have to do that again.
I'm just sorry I couldn't be there too.
It was I don't know, it would have been silly if you had been, because we barely had any time with them, and it was just okay.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, by the way, this hour-long interview you wanted to do, yeah, we can fit maybe like half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And I'm thinking like, okay, so I have to start wrapping it up in a half hour. It's like, and then, you know, by the time they got there and all that stuff, is just, it wouldn't have been worth it to clear your schedule and have that hassle be on you for that amount of time. So I get it, and I'm glad that you didn't have to deal with that. So, but
sounds frustrating.
It is what it is. That's the way it works, I guess. But
in other news, your book you read. Let's hear about it. What you got?
I got Thundercats issue 1. And let me tell you, this thing is really good. It's fairly accurate. I mean, it's pretty much by the book as far as, but dude, look at this. Thunder. Yeah. Thunder. It's just like, that's so cool. I mean,
show it again.
Oh.
I'm still figuring out how to make you bigger and not me.
Thunder.
Yeah. Who's associated with this? Who's putting this out?
So this is Dynamite Comics, and Declan Shalevi, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Declan Shalevi writes it, and artist is Drew Moss. So, letterer Jeff Eckelberry, all that other good stuff. So
cool. So
these are a new which I should probably reach out to him, because I kind of want to interview him.
Do it. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, show.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and check this out. This is so freaking beautiful right here.
Where are we looking at? Oh,
right
yeah. Wow.
It's just like, that is so epic.
That's a cool splash page.
Yeah, it is. It's just like, oh man. I saw that and I'm like, oh dude, that looks so sick. And the character designs are pretty much the same, except for there's like a few minor updates to like their uniforms. So like here is them when they first arrive on Thundera. On Third Earth, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, kind of spacesuit looking type of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than a naked fursuit, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it talks about their arrival, and it goes through that, and it's kind of like, they deal with the mutants, the first encounter, and stuff like that. And
Lano's still rocking the midriff.
well, I think in that scene, yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be like that every time, all the time, because here he is, regular. Like
Oh, okay.
that was just when he got out of the spaceship.
He's wearing pants.
Because it talks about how his pod malfunctioned, and the passage of time, he grew and shouldn't have. So
yeah,
it goes more in depth than what we got in the show in certain aspects, but there's a couple of controversial things that I'm like, I don't really want that to happen. I didn't really think that would happen, and how are they going to fix that? So, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but yeah,
I'll have to ask you in private what that is.
Yeah,
I no longer collect the comics. I can't afford it. I mean, with everything that's behind me, I don't know how I'm affording that because lately I'm not.
Right.
I'm doing commission work and they're paying me in toys when I shouldn't be doing that. I got bills to pay too. I should be taking money for it, but and then they give me a sob story. Well, I can't pay you per se, but I have this, and then they show me a picture of something that I don't have. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely that way.
Yeah, it's all good though.
I mean, if someone came up to me and was just like, "Hey, I got a sweet deal for you," I'd be like, listening.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I can't pay you, but it has to do with toys. I'm like, okay, go on.
Yeah, it's like the Flasher. They come up in the trench coat. Hey, I got what you need. Like, damn it, you do.
Yep. Yep, indeed you do. Oh well, I don't know. It'll happen one day. There's still a few. Okay. So here's where I'm at.
You could be where I'm at, where it's a problem, but some people go, well, that's a good problem to have. So I've got too much to do.
Yeah, that's true. I often feel like I don't have any purpose in life.
Yeah, you do.
It's like, I don't really have a purpose. I just exist right now.
You do. You do.
That's what they say. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This is fun, I guess. I don't remember what I was saying.
All right. Well, you want to get started on the movies? We'll go to the movies.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to the cinema. So I'll be completely honest. I did not want to watch Grumpy Old Men, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I remember watching it at some point, though I don't remember most of it. There were certain things that stood out. Like, okay, I do remember that. Mm-hmm. It very much reminded me where I'm at in a point in life where I hear banter like between those two old men every day that I go to work on a day shift because I work with a bunch of grumpy old men,
Right.
and let me tell you what, when we sit down to eat for lunch, whoever we call it the round table, it ain't round, but whoever is at that table, whoever you may be, it is open season. There have been directors, there have been administrators come in and eat with us on holiday meals and cut up with the best of them. I'm telling you. And it was all in good fun and everything. What was said, they understood. Hey, it's a shop full of guys. It's
Yeah.
we're gonna do. We're gonna bust your balls. But yeah,
sure.
it very much reminded me of. I mean, there was two old guys that they really would go at each other. Well, one night I remember the night guy came in and we were all, it was the end of our shift or whatever. And the other guy, they were sitting at the table and they were, telling old war stories, not necessarily war stories,
Yeah.
but you get the drift. They were, well, I did this, and the other one, well, oh yeah, well, I did that, and okay,
That's
so
literally a scene from the movie.
I can't. I can't tell you what they really said. It would be like a Patreon thing, seriously, if I really said what they were going after it about. But it involved STDs,
Oh,
who had it worse, and come to find out, it was from the same woman
oh, jeez.
because it was from the same area.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
and it was almost kind of at that point they were like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay." So they started getting along a little bit better for some reason. I don't know. But one night, one night, one of them said, well, if you had a monocle, you'd look like the one said, well, if you dyed your hair black and put on a red smock with black polka dots, you'd look like Fred Flintstone. it was always back and forth with them. And the funny thing is, it was all true what they were saying to each other.
Oh.
Yeah, but good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was laughing at some of those banters back and forth between them. It's just like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite person in that movie wasn't either one of the dudes. It was the grandpa.
Yeah, the dad.
Yeah. And because he's
Me too.
he's Rocky. He's Mickey. He's
right.
What's his name? He's Burgess Meredith is his name. And he's like, oh, it looks like Chuck's taking old One Eye to the top.
Yeah.
It's just the.
So did you see the
it's
outtakes
cracking me
after
up.
the movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he must have ad-libbed a bunch of stuff
Oh,
because
totally.
that's where the outtakes came from. It was that scene, and there was 8 or 9 different takes, and he
Right.
said something different each
Right,
time.
every time.
But yeah, that was
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it really was. And just to see the two of them going at it, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there one day.
Dude, I first of all, I can't imagine driving ice shanty into the lake. Just like, oh my goodness, they took that a little too far.
Yeah, and it was just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah,
sure. As it usually is.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way about a lot of things. Oh. Goodness, I'm tired. I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it was.
So I did watch the second one, Grumpier Old Men, because
Yeah.
of course, typical fashion. If there's more to the story to something, I'm gonna get to it eventually.
Right.
um, I'll dip my toe into, if there's TV shows based off of movies or whatever, and if I'm like, yeah, no, I can't, I'm not doing that. Like the Critters. There
Yeah.
was there was a TV show. Like I couldn't do it. I tried like 2 episodes, and I'm going, no, this is bad. Not like good bad. Like shouldn't exist bad. It's terrible. So with that being said, I didn't get a chance to do the Trimmers TV show, which I read a little bit about and I was curious about, but I did go through all of those movies. But I mean, with this just being 2 movies, I was like, yeah, it's no brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
it's second's very similar to the first, but I mean, because it's got a lot of the same banter and all that kind of stuff. Of course, there's another woman comes into town and causes trouble. But I get a sense like not a lot of time has passed between the events of the first movie and the second.
Okay.
So, and I didn't look up the years these movies were made or whatever, but it's almost like it was like a couple of days had gone by,
Oh.
and then the second one happens. So, but yeah, the dad's in it, and he's still funny as hell, and
Yeah.
he he's saying, I'm 90 something years old, and sometimes or no, he leads into it like his son has a doctor's appointment he's got to go to or something like that, and he's like, I don't listen to those experts. Those experts have been telling me what I should and shouldn't do my whole life. I'm 90 something years old. I used to, I don't know, something like smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and drink a fifth of whiskey or something another. And then, and he says, his son says something about his new wife is changing his diet, and he says, "Oh, you should eat what you want to eat. You know what I eat? I eat 5 strips of bacon in the morning, and you know what I have for lunch? A bacon sandwich, and you know what I have for dinner? The rest of the pack of bacon." Shortly after that, they're in the grocery store and they're shopping, and you just see a pack of bacon hit the cart, and he says, "All right, I'm done." Oh, but he gets a little action in this movie. So,
Ooh.
so the second one, oh, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't think
was
you've
over
seen
there
it, but
talking a big game in the first.
yeah,
in the
he
first one, he's
was
just like,
in that first
oh
one. He's
yeah,
telling his son, "You better mount her, or I will."
right. If you're not gonna mount her, bring her my way. I'll do it.
But yeah, it's the second one, I think, was even funnier than the first one. So
Okay.
it's
I haven't seen it yet, but excuse me, I do plan on watching it soon. Before I return this, because I rented it from the library again.
The
And
library is the new Blockbuster.
It is. It is. Definitely. For some things anyway. They didn't have Pathfinder, but I knew I had it, so I just had to dig it out. Actually, dig it out of one of my cases and all that. So
done that before.
yeah, it was a pain, but worth it because it wasn't available to stream anywhere. So, but yeah. So anyway, the copy I got had Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. in a 2-pack, and you could watch them both. And it's like, okay, well, that just seems I will watch this before I take it back at some point. Oh, but it's
When you do, we'll bring it back up.
yeah,
Because it's worth talking about too. There's
right.
stuff that I want to say, and I'm not gonna say it because it will spoil it. I'm like, shit. Okay, I gotta remember what happened in which movie. It's almost like one whole movie if you watch them both together, which is what I did.
Yeah, I almost did. I almost kept playing and just carried on, but I had an appointment or something came up, or I think I had to take my kids outside and play because they actually had to, I don't know, do something. I don't know, whatever it was. I had to go do something, and it wasn't what I necessarily wanted to do.
Yeah, been doing a lot of that too.
Oh goodness,
So,
but yeah.
final thoughts on Grumpy Old Men?
Oh, I actually really loved it. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. It wasn't like really funny. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm
I,
dying laughing funny.
I
But
laughed harder at it than I thought I would.
yeah, I imagine I would too, or I imagine I did because I didn't have very high. It was never a movie that I particularly wanted to see. I wasn't going to knock anyone over to go see it, but it's like, all right, I have to watch this, and I was like, wow, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, yeah, really. And I'm not a big comedy guy, you know. I mean, I've got a twisted sense of humor anyway. So like straight comedy that's supposed to be funny, that's supposed to make you laugh. I'm not that into it. But yeah, this one, I guess because of where I am in my life now, it was funnier
Yeah.
because I see it in real life.
Yeah, I imagine that too. It's just
I mean, this movie was tame compared to some of the things that I've heard.
for sure, for sure. I mean, because
Some of the things that come up, it's like, ooh, did you say that?
like, because I honestly thought, I think I mentioned this when I was talking to Brian Flynn the other day. I honestly thought it was supposed to be like a dirtier movie. Like I was expecting obscenities and stuff, and I
Oh no!
I was expecting them to be like full on cussing each other out, and there wasn't anything like that. And I kept looking at their mouths, thinking like, is that what they actually said, or huh? Is
You
that
putz,
yeah? Because they're yeah,
moron.
exactly. Yeah, they kept saying like putz and moron, and it's like, huh? Are they actually
Dumbass.
say? I had to look close. So I was like, that
Dumbass is probably
definitely
the strongest curse word that's in the movie.
right, right. So I was surprised, but uh, it wasn't a bad thing. I thought it was good.
No,
Pathfinder. I've seen it before. Have you?
I have. I've seen this movie a few times.
Yeah,
It's still enjoyable.
absolutely.
I appreciated the fact that when it started and we were with the Native Americans, that it wasn't they weren't trying to speak Native American, and the whole damn movie was subtitled. Because I'm over here like this painting, so I could listen and know what's going on, you know. But then
Right.
whenever they got to the Vikings, it's like, damn it, I forgot about that. So
Then you have
they're
to look up at the screen and watch them
yeah,
do what
they're
they're saying.
talking and it's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." I'm like, oh, fuck, what did he say? I don't know. Well, whatever. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, I had a similar thought, but for me it was the opposite. I actually was kind of disappointed that they didn't do subtitles because it
Sounded strange.
strange because it wasn't their native tongue, so to speak,
Right.
or what I imagine their native tongue to
Right.
be. because
Right.
I'm sure not all of them necessarily
Well,
speak their
you
different
know,
various
it's
languages or whatever.
yeah, it's kind of like when you go to a foreign country and say Ireland. Everybody has that kind of hard to understand accent, but the more rural you go,
Yeah,
the thicker that accent gets to where it's almost a different dialect.
right,
That's kind of the Native American language. There's similarities, but there's differences. So
right,
one tribe may have a form of speech, and the neighboring tribe would have something similar, but by the time you go from one coast to the other, they're way different,
yeah,
but it still sounds similar to somebody that doesn't speak it.
right,
So I mean, the way that I take these type of movies, whenever it's obviously in the past, or in another country or whatever, but it's in English,
hmm,
the way that I take it is, okay, we get it. We know they're supposed to be speaking a foreign language, but for the audience sake, namely us,
right,
it's you kind of have to pretend you are whatever nationality that is, and they're speaking their native tongue, and you just understand it,
right.
even though it's in
Well,
English. So
so
it's kind of like putting yourself into the movie to
right,
be there in the situation and understand what everybody's saying.
right, exactly. So it's like the 13th Warrior. Do you remember that movie?
Yes. Yes.
It's almost like that, where it's like, okay, you have to like train your mind into hearing and understanding their tone just in that few moments you're on the boat or whatever. It's just like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
all right, I get it. it's
And
it's
you
you know
say that, but and I want to say this was a form of Scandinavian, Icelandic speech. So it's not just made up.
oh yeah, no, it
Um,
isn't.
there were things that they said. I knew what they said without reading it, not
Yeah,
because I've seen the movie so many times, but because the way that it was sounded out in their
yeah,
speech. It's like, I know what he said.
yeah, yeah,
It only happened a couple of times when I'm like, holy crap. So I rewound it and I'm like, yeah, he really did. That's what he said. it,
yeah. Well,
was,
I
it was
mean,
weird. I was like, whoa, how did I know that?
Clancy Brown actually learned the native tongue of the Icelandic. What's accepted as the most likely speech
common
for,
common
yeah,
speech.
common tongue type. So he learned all of that and was speaking it fluently.
I bet
And
it took practice.
yeah, I mean, that's just
So
a marvel.
so did it ever give a date? Like, this is when this is happening. Like, did it give a date?
I want to
Like,
say they did,
I
but
wanted to do this just to kind of come up with like a fun fan theory or whatever. So just humor me,
yeah,
because I didn't do any research. So this is based off of zero research. What I like to think is his character in this movie died at the end of it, but it was his quickening.
hmm,
And his character is in Highlander as an immortal, because
right,
he's got like the big ass Viking sword. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's a cool idea. It's a cool thought.
yeah,
But timeline wise, I don't know if it adds up or whatever. But yeah, it's
yeah. I don't know.
he'd have to find his way. Of course, you wake up from dying and it's like, oh, I just had my ass handed to me by this little shrimp guy, and God knows where he's at. I'm at the bottom of this mountain. I got to get out of here. I don't know what's going on. Grabs his sword and his axe and whatever he can carry and heads back to their ship or whatever and sails back across.
Let's see if I can find it.
ah, you're going to ruin my fantasy here.
No, I'm not. I'm hoping to further prove it. I mean, it's the Viking Age. So
Because I don't know any of the dates in the Highlander, and they loved giving dates in that movie.
yeah, that's true. I don't know any dates either. Oh, there's
So
an
we'll look
unrated
into it
version.
and get back to you.
Yeah. Box office.
But yeah, his helmet that he had with the big horns coming off of it. I mean, he was
Yeah.
just, the way they made him out was so big and imposing and
Dude, and the
really
man, I
cool.
was watching some of the special features on the disc, and they were talking about this director and how like it, he's just like, I don't know. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, he's like a mad scientist type thing," and it's very specific on how he envisioned things, and so like the whole mist in the beginning when it's just them and they're very all shadowy and mist lighting up through the stuff. It's like that was very deliberate that they did that. It's like, oh, that's cool, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what you call a visionary.
right,
Yeah. You're doing something and people are going, why are we going through all this trouble for,
a few
let's
scenes, yeah,
just make the shot, get them coming over and the guy that's actually knows what he's doing is like, no, it's not what I want. It's not what we're doing. It didn't come out. Do it again. Do it
uh-huh,
again. Do it again. Do it
yeah,
again. And these are the people that are in the editing room with the editors. They don't just go, all right, we filmed it. My job's done. Send it to the editors. No, they're in the editing room too.
yeah,
They're there making sure that their vision makes it to the screen.
right,
I can get behind people like that. That's
heck
that's
yeah,
that's passion for what you're doing. I've been questioned a few times on things. It's like putting together the Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like you record it in pieces and then you put it together and it makes sense. I've
yeah,
painted things before in pieces, and people are like, why is this piece this color and this piece different, and why is that like that, and then it literally happened with a dwarf.
yeah,
It was a dwarf figure, and I didn't have all the pieces all at one time. I got, the head and, part of the armor, and the feet were different, and all these other things. I painted them all at separate different times and everything. And I'm showing them, and they're going, oh, yeah, cool. What figure are you putting that on? I'm like, I'm showing you pieces of the whole thing. They're like, what? Why? And then I put it together and like, brilliant. Oh my God, I love it. Like, trust me, trust the person making it. Okay, I know what I'm
right,
doing. Occasionally.
occasionally. Well, it's like I know what you're talking about because I was questioned about my vision behind the Silverhawks tribute that I made.
Right,
And
right.
so the dude was like, he asked me for it, and I said, "All right, well, here's my idea," and I pitched it to him, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't know," and I'm like, "Well, trust me, trust me."
I get those type of commissions.
Yeah,
Somebody comes up, with an idea and they want to know what I think about it. And sometimes they have a build already in mind, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll either go, yeah, that's a pretty solid build, and then
yeah,
other times I know a better part. So I make that suggestion. I'm like, yeah, but what about this piece? And sometimes they're like, oh my God, yes, I love it. Do it. Let's go for it. And then others, it's like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. And I'm trying to tell them, trust me, because I have this thing where I can see the project finished in my mind's
right,
eye before I even start painting it.
right,
And that's a double-edged sword, because then that it's like, well, I already know what it's going to look like when it's done. So, I mean, I get like writer's block or something. I get painter's block. It's like, well, I mean, I already know what it's going to look like, it can wait. And then I'll start working on something else. And before I know it, I've got 15 different things that are halfway done. It's like, fuck, I got to finish something, but other times I get these people, they're like, yeah, I want you to make me something. I'm like, okay, cool. What do you like? What do you want done? Are you supplying parts? Am I going to do it? It's going to be more if I do it. And they're like, yeah, just whatever. Just make me something. I'm like, really? Give me something to go on at least.
Right.
What do you like? And then there's some people that just send a box and like, just make something, dude. I trust your vision. And then I make it and it knocks their socks off. I've never made anything for somebody and they've absolutely hated it. I've had them say, hey, I don't really like this part. Could you change it? Could you change the color or something?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. It's your custom. I will make you whatever you want.
Right.
Don't leave it all up to me if you've got suggestions. And then, you say, well, yeah, I just do whatever. And then I do whatever. And you don't like it. So I'll ask a ton of questions through the whole process, not just in the beginning. Of
Right.
course, those that just send a box of parts and say, yeah, just make something cool. I don't care. It's a blind box commission, and those
Right.
those can be fun, but at the same time, it's like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. But yeah, it takes vision, and
Yeah.
not everybody has it. So I love people that do that. I love people that's they know what they want and they stick to it, even those people are telling them you can't do that don't
Right.
look, that doesn't make any sense, shut the hell up, let me cook.
Right. And dude, the crew of that movie persevered. They finished in like record time, well before the deadline was up, and um they didn't have to go back for anything. Like, oh, we'll do this later, or we'll come back to this or something. No, they didn't. Nope. He
No
wanted to keep
reshoots.
them. Yeah, he wanted to keep the momentum going.
Wow.
Just keep the momentum going. And the other thing, what was I gonna say? Oh well, I forgot.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Oh, there was a ton of injuries.
Oh, I bet.
Because they did everything pretty much practical, occasionally using stunt doubles, but most of them they're like, yeah, I want to do my own stunts. Some of them did, some of them didn't,
I
but
mean, yeah. I mean, think about like the frozen lake. Where
yeah,
they all, well, not all of them, most of them went under the ice and everything. And then he's got that scene where he's having a vision of the old
the
chief, the old
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. That's them. They're
Yeah.
there. They're sitting in the water having a conversation. That's them. That's not stunt doubles.
Right. And you can see the bubbles coming out of their mouth. It's just like,
Right. Right. Yeah. That's not easy to do, and fully
right,
clothed. I mean, that's being in water, being thrown into a situation like that, being fully clothed. It's not the same as like being in a bathing suit or whatever.
right.
It's a very uncomfortable feeling. I can
It
only
is.
imagine how many takes that they did where because they were being articulate in their body movements,
Mm-hmm.
especially, like the chief, he was telling them things and, so they
Yeah.
weren't, it's not like they were just sitting there, staring at each other, having this mental talk.
Right. Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah. If you've ever tried to hold your breath underwater, stay underwater and move, that makes your oxygen usage go up. So
right,
that's
right.
even harder to do than just sitting still.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Like I said, I really enjoyed that movie. And I think it still holds up. And I'm talking about it like it's like an 80s ancient movie, but no, this came out in like what, 2007 or something.
Yeah,
So
it was early 2000s.
yeah, which, yeah, that's still actually a while ago, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like for us. It's not like something from the '80s or
Right.
something. That's what we think of when we think of old because
Right.
that's where we came from. Even though this stuff is way older than that.
Yeah.
It's probably somebody watching going, that ain't old. Wait, that was 40 years ago. Oh, shit.
Oh, right. I don't know, but okay. So I love Carl Urban. I think he's awesome. I feel like he's very underrated as an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, Dread was
Oh,
fantastic,
yeah. Yeah.
and
I enjoyed that one
Pathfinder.
much better than the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And Pathfinder, and I mean he's been in everything. I don't think there's ever been a movie he's been in that I haven't liked, at least to some level. So it's wild, but yeah. So and Moon Bloodgood, the his female cohort, and so to speak, in the movie, or love interest, but man, she is so talented, and she's been in like several shows and movies and stuff that I've watched, and I just loved every minute. It's just like Falling Skies. She was in that. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
yes, and yeah. So I don't know that she's awesome, but
They had a
oh
good
goodness,
cast.
yeah. Clancy Brown is so good, and dude, it was a phenomenal cast. But
I liked I liked it because it had that gritty look to it. It wasn't
mm,
clean, like
yeah,
everybody wasn't clean cut and they didn't look freshly bathed and all that kind of stuff. Especially the Vikings, they were
hmm
filthy. I just had the mud caked on them in places. Like,
yeah.
yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Because there's movies coming out today that is supposed to be set back in prehistory and everything, and everybody's got you
Clean
know
shaven.
clean cut barber lines and their hair's faded and they've got it's not a speck of dirt on them. It's like, get out of here. Who the fuck are
Right.
you trying to fool?
Exactly. I don't know, but I again, yeah, it did feel very lived in, very down to earth, realistic type. But at the same time, it also felt very much like a comic book adaptation because that is something they were trying to go for. Um, I'm not trying to take away from that at all because I do see where they're going with that, and but that's part of the point. I
Right.
like it. That's why I liked it so much.
Right.
But
There's a lot of movies that are based off of comic books and
mhm.
people don't even realize it, it's surprising some of them that I've come across. It's like, wait, what? That was based off of a comic book, really? I didn't
Yeah,
even know that. It's like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
But yeah, no, that it had a very visceral feel to it, and it felt genuine. It wasn't
yeah,
just something slapped together, going, somebody trying to make a buck. You could tell the guy cared about
yeah,
his vision and where he wanted it to go.
exactly. And the weird thing is, I think it was the director or maybe one of the producers. Yeah, it wasn't the director. It was one of the producers or someone near the top of the line of the
Mhm.
cast. They they were like sitting there. I think it was one of the visual effects artists. They went through the story and they're like, wait a minute, this is Pathfinder, the old Pathfinder movie that came out in the old movies. And he's just like, yeah, exactly. I have the rights to it. And he's just like, you do. And then it just like they clicked and started like rolling and just blew up and just formulating this movie and stuff. And it was definitely made with love.
Yeah,
So yeah, I dig that.
yeah.
Oh, Any last words on Pathfinder?
No, it's good. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. And why didn't you watch it? If why didn't you watch it when we assigned it to you?
You're not my real dad. You can't tell me
You're
what.
not my real dad. So, what movies do we want to do for next week?
So I've got a couple special ones picked out.
Okay.
So both of them have kind of a little bit of a real world theme for some things that are coming up. So
Okay.
Tomorrow is officially the start to the Lunar New Year, otherwise known as Chinese New Year, and it is the year of the dragon. So I got thinking, what kind of dragon movies do we have out there? And one stood out more than the others, and that's Reign of Fire. I knew I'd get that reaction out of you.
I love that movie.
So, Reign of Fire, and then
Okay.
also we have Valentine's Day coming up. So,
Yeah.
what better way to celebrate it than with My Bloody Valentine?
Yeah. All
So,
right.
there's actually two movies to that. There's one that was made in 1981, which I just recently discovered. There's another one that's made in 2009. The 2009 specifically is the one that I'm going to assign.
Yeah.
I will probably watch both anyway because I hate myself like that.
I was looking, and it looks like they're pretty much the same characters, so it looks like it's just adapted from the original into the new one. So
it more than likely is. The newer one from 2009, it's got the 3D connected to it. So it was made during the time where everybody was going, oh, 3D movies. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Like it was some new damn thing. So it'll have scenes in it where things are going to come at the camera and it's going to seem kind of weird.
yeah.
But
That's
back
they
then
all
it made
do.
sense because of the glasses that you had to wear. So
Yeah.
just overlook that silly.
Just like
thing.
Jason 3D.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna have things that are gonna come right up to the camera and just look past all that. So.
Yeah.
So Reign of Fire and
Reign of Fire.
My
and
Bloody
Pathfinder.
Valentine, 2009. You okay?
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
Which are on Tubi and
yes,
Netflix, right?
So, well, yeah, I can't remember which one's which now. I think My Bloody Valentine is on Tubi and Reign of Fire is on Netflix.
Yeah, I want to say I think that's right.
So if that's not it, it's the other way around. Just
it's one of the two.
So if you got Netflix, which who doesn't this day and age,
right?
You can see that one. And who doesn't have Tubi? It's free. What are you doing?
Right.
Who even are you?
That's half the movies we recommend are on Tubi.
Well, I'm trying to find stuff that's like, okay, wait, where's that streaming? Because not everything's on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, right.
I found out that stuff cycles. It doesn't stay there. I'm like, oh, crap. Sure. So scratch that one off the list.
You know another movie I was thinking of for Year of the Dragon? We should maybe watch this for next time. It's called D-War.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh my god.
I thought it was a good movie.
Oh man. Yeah.
Of course I need to rewatch it to see if I still
to me that one kind of rubbed me the wrong way because they whitewashed the hell out of that movie.
Yeah, I guess they did.
There's characters in that movie that should not have been a white actor. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you're not fooling nobody. You are not some ancient Chinese badass motherfucker. You're just some old white bum. Go on.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. They
It's
did that with Bulletproof
definitely one of
Monk,
those
too.
special effects movies.
What's that?
It's definitely one of those special effects movies. Like they
Yeah.
made this movie for the sole purpose of we can do this with these special effects.
Right. Well,
No, if you want to watch it, I'm not going to stop you.
no. I didn't say.
This is my 2 cents, but I'm
No,
going to
no.
stick with Rain of
I
Fire.
still agree. I'm just saying next time if
Yeah.
we need something else to watch. I still want to watch Outlander. So.
No, yeah. The two putts that didn't want to watch Outlander last week didn't join us this week. So yeah, that's another one that I enjoy. I mean, it's got a ridiculous premise, but
yeah,
and it's got its clean moments, and I'm like, yeah, y'all should not be that clean, but it's enjoyable. I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. We'll be back next week, and I don't know if we have anything else. Okay, listen. If you ever want to buy something from Super 7, go to the link in my link tree and go through there and purchase your stuff because it's there and available. And I don't know what else to say about that. But I got an affiliate link, so that's where I'm recommending it. If you don't want to give me credit, that's fine. But come on, if you have nothing to do but purchase Super 7 stuff, just do it through my store.
So will Super 7 know somebody went through your link? So they will. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of the show, like you say you are, you'll go to his Instagram, find his link tree, go to his Super 7 stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm fucking.
It pops up. It wiggles. It pops up.
Somebody gets something somewhere. What it is, we haven't quite figured out yet.
Well, I don't know if anyone gets a discount. I don't think that's the case. I think it gets me, I don't know,
recognition.
They recognize that, oh, hey, look, people are spending money through his affiliate link. Let's see about, I don't know if I get anything or what, but whatever. Yeah. That's not what's important to me. But yeah, so do that. Also, side note, my kids have a YouTube channel and they're all excited about it.
What's it called?
It's called Geek-Men's Thunder Kittens. So Geek-Men Thunder Kittens.
Cute.
And so if you go to YouTube and look it up, they'll be so tickled that you're even liking and subscribing or whatever to their YouTube, because man, they were just so joyous and excited and running down the stairs. Dad, we got a new subscriber. Dad, we got a new subscriber. And it's just like, okay, that's probably this friend and that's probably that friend. I'm thinking in my head. It's just like, that was your Nana. She loves you. Like whatever.
So is this a live like we're doing now?
No. I have it locked down to where I can upload the videos, but I work with my kids to be like, okay, which video do you want to upload today? And they already have like an entire week planned out of things for me to upload. So it's like, okay, I guess I got to upload this today. Okay. And then I'm like, well, what do you want this title to be called? Okay. Type it out. Okay. What do you want the description to be? Type it out. It's just like, so I work with them, and I had to I don't know, basically prove my identity for Google to even allow them to. Otherwise, they were going to take down all their videos and everything and just close it out. And it's just like, but no, don't do that.
Right.
I am their parent. I am moderating. That is who your emails come to. So, anyway, just to give a shout out, they would love it if you like, subscribe, do whatever you will. But yes, I'm sure they would love it. And in the meantime, stay frosty.